Hello friends, in this part we shall learn export definition, needs, export in foreign currency, Indian rupees, foreign trade policy and procedure. We welcome to this project of learning export and import trade. Enjoy learning. Thanks. In international trade, exports refer to selling goods and services produced in the home country to other markets. Export of commercial quantities of goods normally requires involvement of the custom authorization in both the country of export and the country of import. The definition of export is to send the goods or services across national frontiers for the purpose of selling and realizing the foreign exchange. The selling of goods and services produced in one country to another country. The market for almost everything is huge, but it is not large enough for many manufacturers. For these growth minded business owners, the rest of the world is their market. Seeking international growth offers big opportunity by going global as an importer exporter. What is the benefit to do export business? You can extend the sales amount of existing products and services by finding new markets to sell. You can reduce your dependence on the local markets you have developed in India. If your business is not rising in terms of amount and quantity due to destabilizing fluctuations in your market or due to seasonal changes or demand cycles, you can even increase your sales by tapping markets in different countries or even face fluctuations in demand. You can exploit corporate technology and know how. Export orders are large and payment is ensured generally. Finally, by entering the global marketplace, you will learn how to compete against foreign companies and even take the battle to them on their own ground. The overriding reasons to go global, of course, is to improve your potential for expansion and growth. The obvious opportunities are the market in the USA, Canada, Mexico, Europe, and Japan. But those only scratch the surface. There are many other fast growing, less competitive markets. Along with promise, going global carries an equally heavy load of risks and responsibilities. From chasing too many opportunities to getting sudden shocks by currency fluctuations, the game of international expansion has many threats that domestic only business people never see. You can achieve the growth by going global, but only if you avoid the risks involved in the export business. Many exporters have committed mistakes, but that does not mean you have to do the same. Here are some of the most common exporting mistakes: failing to plan your strategy, chasing inquiries the world over. Just because dozens of countries show interest does not mean that you are ready to market your product everywhere. Patience is the key. Assuming if it works in India, it will work everywhere, but that is not true. You need to plan your sales and marketing efforts for each country. Don't ignore the cultural differences that shape the marketplace. The same goes for pricing, shipping, payment terms, and packaging. Assuming business will be done in English, familiarize yourself with English language. Today, there is facility to translate in local languages it is available in Google. The fluency in spoken English is a must to follow up the offers for export. Today, almost all strategies for international expansion should take currency fluctuations into account. Often, the number of dollars it takes to equal a unit of a particular foreign currency can make the difference between a deal of profit and a deal that would be a disaster. When the dollar is weak against INR currency, it takes less Indian rupees than usual to buy a unit of the USD. It affects exporting entrepreneurs in a few ways. The simplest way for exporters to deal with currency risk is to insist that all deals with foreign partners be done in dollars or euro. However, some potential customers prefer to do the business in their local currency. In case of Nepal, Bhutan, we can do export in Indian rupees. Some nations have experienced that their economic system is unstable. As a result, many companies that venture overseas are completely unprepared for overseas instability. If an economic crisis impacts your business, take the following steps. Assess your financial capability. Obtain the information. A good local partner also comes in handy. You will need somebody on the ground who can tell what is the status there. Save your client base. Acquire legal representation by hiring local lawyers. Remain focused on your goals. In brief, the exporter has to keep up the date knowledge of news and situation of the importing country. As an international entrepreneur, you face risks every day you do the business. The cargo you are exporting could fall off the ship, or it might get stolen in transit, or maybe a customer went out of business and did not pay for the last shipment you delivered. Even acts of nature can create a problem into an otherwise smoothly functioning global business. So, if you have not already, it is the time to consider whether or not you are prepared for what the future might bring. Insurance offers protection, peace of mind, and much more. The type of coverage available to exporters are numerous and include cargo insurance to protect your goods in transit, credit insurance to protect against non-payment such as ECGC cover, fire and theft insurance, and foreign investment and trade risk insurance for confiscation of your properties overseas. Product liability insurance is taken to cover consumer harm risk, which can be even $1 million. Policies can be purchased separately or in a package deal offered by many insurers. To determine the kind of protection you will need, consider each country and situation individually and research the risks involved. You may even want to talk to a professional consultant. Of course, certain situations allow for a degree of chance. If you have a relationship with a customer in a politically stable country such as United Kingdom, you might choose to forego credit insurance. Please take care in light of the Brexit situation. But probably it would not be a good idea if you are shipping to Africa, which insurers consider to be riskiest part of the world. The cost of insurance depends on many factors such as where you are shipping cargo, which your customer is, how valuable the goods are, and the means by which you ship, and policies which expire everywhere from after one transaction to after 1 year should continually be reviewed. So now we understand what is export and what is the market, some part of insurance and risk factors involved in the export business. Now we see what is the need to export and import. All the products are not available in one country. So, to fulfill the needs of the local market, export and imports are required. In both the cases, the foreign currency is involved. A country requires foreign currency to pay the import bill. We get foreign currency from exports. The most acceptable foreign currency is US dollars, followed by euro, yen, Great Britain pound. The imports and exports are regulated by the government through foreign trade policy.